Micro ATX versus Mini ITX. So in this video we are going to talk about the differences between Micro ATX versus Mini ITX form factor motherboard. So we are going to take a look at the four aspects. So number one aspect is the size of these two motherboards. So when talking about Micro ATX versus Mini ITX, the first thing need to compare is their size. The size of the Micro ATX is 244 by 244 millimeter, that is 9.6 inch by 9.6 inch. On the other hand, the size of the Mini ITX is 170 by 170 millimeter, that is 6.7 inch by 6.7 inch. So when you compare the size of them, the winner is the Mini ITX. Next point we are going to talk about is the RAM slot. So another thing to compare when talking about the Micro ATX versus Mini ITX is RAM slots. For Micro ATX, it supports up to 4 memory slots. However, Mini ITX only supports 2 RAM slots, and each slot can hold 16 GB of RAM. Therefore, if you need more than 32 GB of RAM in the future, in Mini ITX you will not be able to choose to expand RAM. This is one of the reasons why you should not only consider the size but also the slots provided in terms of RAM. Next point of discussion is the PCIe slots. In terms of PCIe slots, the difference between Micro ATX versus Micro ITX, or you can say the Mini ITX, is even greater. Micro ATX motherboard has 4 slots. Mini ITX motherboard has only one PCIe slot. These slots are used to integrate the graphics card with the system. Slots are usually placed on the edge of the circuit board. Therefore, if the space on the motherboard is small, it may not be possible to install a heavy-duty graphics card. Hence, it is best to choose Micro ATX motherboard because they provide more PCIe slot. Now coming to another point is the price between these two. The last thing to compare between Micro ITX or the Mini ITX versus Micro ATX is the price. It is generally believed that due to the smaller Mini ITX motherboard, the price will be cheaper. However, you are wrong here. Micro ATX is the most affordable. This is because the demand for them is high, and therefore the company can reduce costs. However, when choosing a Micro ATX motherboard, you need to ensure that the quality of the components meets the requirements. So which one to choose? So after getting some information about Micro ITX or Mini ITX versus Micro ATX, then which one should you choose? After listening to all these, the choice between Micro ATX and Micro ITX or Mini ITX depends on the type of PC you are building. For example, we are going to consider an example here. Suppose you are building a gaming PC. If you plan to build a gaming PC, the Micro ATX motherboard is your ideal choice. It will allow you to integrate more random access memory because it has more random access memory slots. It also supports the dual GPU setup. Even after that, empty slots for expansion will be provided. As the number of PCIe slots increases, you can expand your computer later. If there is not enough space, only Mini ITX is a good choice. However, it must be remembered that if you want to use Mini ITX, the size of the graphics card to be integrated with the system should be also small. That is, should also be small. This is because the slot faces the edge. So to sum up, I would say that the differences between Micro ATX and Mini ITX has the 4 parameters. So you can choose between these two considering the requirements you have. So thanks for watching this video, and also do not forget to like this video. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, then do consider subscribing for daily technological videos. And also, your one like and your one subscription is a huge motivation.